back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of our discussion. In part 1, we discussed cohesive devices along with their major types. Now, we will continue by recognizing different strategies to interpret cohesive devices in a text. So, strategies for recognizing and interpreting cohesive devices in a text are essential skills for achieving deeper comprehension and effective communication. Recognition involves identifying the linguistic tools such as references, substitutions, ellipses, conjunctions, and lexical items that bind sentences and ideas together, creating a unified discourse. Interpretation, on the other hand, requires analyzing how these devices contribute to the overall meaning, logical flow, and rhetorical purpose of the text. Strategies for both can be systematic, starting with surface level scanning and progressing to contextual analysis. By practicing these approaches, readers can transform passive reading into an active process, uncovering nuances that enhance understanding. Examples drawn from various texts will illustrate these strategies, demonstrating their practical application in everyday academic and professional context. So, scanning and pattern identification, a foundational strategy for recognizing cohesive devices, is scanning the text for recurring patterns such as pronouns, linking words, or repeated vocabulary. Begin by reading the text quickly to highlight potential devices without delving into meaning. Focus on grammatical clues like pronouns, for example, it, they, that don't introduce new information, or conjunctions, for example, however, therefore, that signal transitions. This top-down approach helps spot anaphoric references pointing backwards or cataphoric ones pointing forward. For instance, in the sentence, the researchers developed a new vaccine. It proved effective in trials. Scan to recognizing it as a referential device linking back to vaccine. Another technique is underlining or color coding categories. Blue for references, red for conjunctions. In longer texts, like an essay on climate change, identify lexical chains by listing related words, for example, global warming, temperature rise, heat increase, to reveal thematic cohesion. This method is particularly useful in dense academic writing, where overlooking devices can lead to fragmented understanding. Contextual tracing and mapping. Once initial patterns spotted, employ contextual tracing by following each device to its source or target within the text. This involves rereading surrounding sentences to confirm links, asking questions like what does this pronoun replace, or what omission is implied here. Mapping visually, such as drawing arrows between a substitute and its antecedent, reinforces recognition. For example, in I tried the soup but didn't like it, my friend did. Trace the ellipsis in the second sentence back to like it from the first, recognizing how it creates parallelism. In practice, use tools like digital annotators or simple diagrams for complex paragraph. Consider this excerpt. Solar energy is renewable when power is 2. Both sources reduce emissions. Here, tracing 2 as a substitute for renewable and both as a reference to the sources aids quick identification. This strategy prevents misrecognition in ambiguous text such as legal documents with nested clauses. Genre-specific adaptation. Adapt recognition strategies to the text's genre. As cohesive devices vary by style, narratives rely on references for character continuity, while arguments use conjunctions for logic. For informal texts like emails, look for ellipses in dialogues. In scientific reports, focus on lexical cohesion through technical synonyms. Practice with diverse examples. In a news article, the president announced the policy. Critics opposed it immediately. Recognize it as a reference and immediately as a temporal conjunction. To build proficiency, compare cohesive and non-cohesive versions of the same text, noting how devices improve flow of the text. This adaptive approach ensures recognition across contexts, from social media posts to novels where subtle devices like collocations, for example, bitter cold linking to weather themes, might otherwise go unnoticed. Contextual analysis and inference. Interpreting cohesive devices starts with contextual analysis, evaluating how they shape meaning beyond mere connection. Examine the device's function. Does a conjunction indicate contrast or causation? And infer implication for the text's purpose. For example, in "She studied hard, however, she failed the exam." Interpret "however" as signaling unexpected opposition, implying external factors like difficulty. This strategy involves considering tone and intent. In persuasive writing, references might build emphasis, as in "Democracy thrives on freedom, without it, societies crumble," where it interprets freedom as pivotal. Draw inferences by asking, what does this link reveal about the author's view? Practice by paraphrasing the text without devices, then restoring them to see added layers. This deepens comprehension, revealing biases or emphasis in interpretive texts like editorials. Rhetorical and semantic evaluation. Evaluate devices rhetorically by assessing their contribution to persuasion, narrative pace, or informational clarity. Semantic interpretation focuses on meaning shifts. Synonyms in lexical cohesion might soften or intensify ideas. For instance, in "The storm was fierce, the tempest destroyed homes," interpret this tempest as a referential synonym emphasizing severity of the storm. In a paragraph, "Exercise improves health, moreover, it boosts mood." Such benefits are undeniable. Here, moreover interprets addition. It references exercise and such summarizes, collectively building a positive argument. Compare alternatives. Replacing moreover with but alters interpretation to contrast. This strategy is key in literary analysis where ellipses create suspense, as in "He opened the door and screamed," interpreting the omission as building tension through implication. Cross-text comparison and cultural consideration. Compare devices across similar text to interpret variations in style or emphasis, enhancing critical thinking. For cultural interpretation, note how devices reflect linguistic norms. English favors pronouns, while some languages use repetition. In a global context, interpret potential ambiguities. In "The team won the match, they celebrated afterward." They clearly references the team, but in translated text, mismatches might arise. Example from a story. Alice found the key. She used it to unlock the mystery. Interpret it as metaphorically linking key to resolution, adding symbolic depth. This comparative strategy aids in multicultural reading, preventing ethnocentric misinterpretations and fostering nuanced understanding. In conclusion, cohesive devices play a crucial role in shaping clarity, flow, and logical organization within any piece of writing. They act as linguistic bridges that connect ideas, sentences, and paragraphs, allowing readers to follow the writer's meaning without confusion. Effective use of these devices not only strengthens coherence but also enhances readability and persuasiveness. Ultimately, mastering cohesive devices empowers learners to produce writing that is logically structured, unified, and easy for readers to understand, making them an essential component of strong communication and academic success. In our next session, we will discuss another interesting topic. Thank you for staying engaged and looking forward to hearing your thoughts in our discussion forum. Thank you.